not a typical unboxing. It's shipped from Trick. I'm sure they have a specialty box that it ships in. Whereas this was just put together by them. They always send you bags of goodies. Well, they kept some of the original packaging, so that's cool. Oh man, this just awesome. It's actually one of these can adjust. They can go higher. Has quite a big leg base in case you have tons of pedals, multi-pedal orchestration wise, but this can adjust to go up if you want it to go higher. Just seeing that off the box right now, so that's cool if you want a tighter fit. But what I really like about this so far is it looks like it doesn't have to be straight up. So if you ever wanted to do something weird, like with your hi-hat at an angle or something, you don't have to have it straight up. You could have it kicked back or however you see fit. That looks pretty cool though. Either way, you have options. Put this together here. Throw that through there. This will give you your remember there was two reasons why there was two memory locks on here. I have to go watch that video again. I don't remember, but it gives you multiple adjustments. I believe one of them is a memory lock, so you can attach this one. Oh yeah, that should be right. So you attach this one to that one, and this should still pop off at some point. And that way you can take it apart if you want, and then it still locks in. So every single time you won't have to readjust it. Yeah, has a good feel to it so far. It looks awesome. Reeks of quality, as always, from Trick. Can't wait to try it out. Great wide footboard here for stability. That's pretty critical. I mean, look how wide the base is. That's perfect. That thing is not gonna move around on you at all. So came out pretty well. I think that's gonna look pretty nice. Now I just gotta get the pedals to match. Are the Black Widow pedals. Thank you, Sweetwater. On here, it even has Black Widow pedals. Packaging. Why? Oh, quite different from the one that I have from previous, but it's looks like to be even heavier dutier than the one. Heavier duty than the one I have. That's cool. They come in their own box like this. Nice. It's pretty gorgeous for a football. Awesome. This is all the accessories that it comes with. The 90-degree drum key, which is great. 2 Allens, because there's multiple Allen screws throughout the pedal that you can adjust. A couple felts for the beaters that you can put on there, but most likely won't use those. And quite a few Velcro stickies to throw underneath the bottoms for attaching it to carpet. Now this is the mechanism that threads into the pedal. You'll see here both of them have these covers here. It's a nice way of them covering up the spring that's housed inside the shaft right here. The spring is inside right there, and you can see that's how it functions. And you can tighten the spring. You can tighten the spring adjustment here or loosen it. Just depends on how you like your settings. You have to take this piece here if you're going to use a single kick drum, and you have to thread it into one of these pedals. So we'll go start threading it in here. We'll choose here. Be careful not to cross thread it. It should just go in there real nice and easy. Just like that. No problem. And then you can tighten it down because there's a little washer in there, so it has plenty of space to move around there without being too tight. And then this extra cap here is just extra. You can throw it in the parts of pieces because you won't need it anymore. I do see a difference of the keys from previous pedals. The first generation, I believe, I got, and they used to have an Allen manufactured onto the tip, and I loved that because you can adjust these screws and anything. You didn't have to carry an Allen around with you. Well, now the new keys don't have that anymore. They're not built in. Maybe it was probably because they broke off or something. Maybe somebody would break the tips, but I mean, if you're not hulking it, you'll be fine. But regardless, this is the new key, and they don't have that anymore, so that kind of bums me out. But other than that, I can live with it. Since I have the old key, I just keep it with me anyways. So that's what the Allen's for. On the bottom here, you have plenty of them to choose from. And I loosened those up already to show you. You can move the bass drum attachment right here. The spring, this thing bites down like crazy. I mean, it really gets you. So you know this thing ain't moving. The cool thing about that is what I would do is I would set my beater for about a 90-degree, and then you could adjust this to where it strikes perfectly on the bass drum head without being too far forward or too far back. And then once you have that placement on your kick drum, you can take the adjustable beater and hold down, like this for instance. You would hold down with your foot once it's at 90 and get this thing laying flat against the head, and just you'd keep pressure on here, and then you have that, you attach that, then every single time it strikes the head, you know you're having a full contact where it strikes. So that way it's not just like a half cocked, like you're only making placement on the sides or on the top or on the bottom. You can have a full contact, so when it strikes, it's going to get a full sound when you're actually cracking against the head with the pedal. That's what's cool about these pedals. Just a crazy amount of adjustability on these things. You can also, if you want your pedal board higher, let's see, yeah, you can also, if you want the pedal board higher, there's a screw right here on the side which will drop or raise. Nice little set screw here. You can bring it up higher and thread it in, and then you have a really high pedal board. Some people like really high action, I guess, or it just depends on your preference. Or really low, which it's pretty low to the thing, but it still does the same. I mean, it's quiet. There's no moving parts, nothing. It's like air. That's what's great about these things. I mean, you can adjust the spring tension, like I was saying earlier, with the spring right here, and that makes it really tight, or you can just back it off, and it makes it completely different feel. Completely different feel when you strike it. I believe I usually play mine on the second settings. I think that was where I had mine. I just feel it's the most comfortable for me. Now, what's cool also is there is a dial here. So I believe that's for the, this is for the beater head. But if you want to change the setting of the footboard also independently of the way I just showed you with the set screw, you can also change the action of the footboard like this. So if you get it kind of like where you want it, and then you can really get adjustable with it. I mean, this thing is so many capabilities as far as adjustability. Now that we have the, I don't know what you'd call this piece, but that's where you attach the bar for the pedals, and then it just plugs in just like that. And there you go. That's all it right there.